Wanna be where you are. Once you look away, boy, be my superstar. Your love is all it takes, boy. Wanna be where you are.
Hi there, it's Paul here from House of the Outsiders. Thank you for dropping by. This week I've started out again with my square piece of card, and I've grabbed a pot of Dilutions. I think the colour is London Blue, and I'm going to try a new technique. I wanted to find something that would keep with the bold, vibrant colour scheme that I like as a background, just a single colour, but I want to do something a little bit different, add a bit of texture. So what I've done is I've put two blobs of blue down, one which I'm going to use later, and one small blob which I'm going to add to some white acrylic paint. Now I know there'll be lots of people who turn around and say, when you're mixing colours, because what I've done is I've mixed the white and the blue, but I've used a brush. And people will tell you not to use a brush to mix, and they're right. And I've watered it down, given myself a very watered, lighter tint of the original blue colour. And I've used that just to give myself a base colour, because what I really want is because Diane's Dilution paints are my kind of colours. They're nice and bright and vibrant, and I wanted to keep that. So the lighter colour goes as the base colour, and then what I've done is I've taken a sea sponge which has been dipped in water, squeezed out of all the moisture just to soften it up, and then I dip it into the undiluted Dilutions paint, and ever so lightly you sponge over the top of the lighter colour, because what I'm eventually going to get is the London Blue colour over the top with just a hint of the light underneath. It just gives it the right amount of texture. So as you can see, it still looks like that blue, but it's not a flat blue. It's actually got a little bit of texture coming through. So I played around with this on a few tags. I used quite a few colours of red, yellow, green. Loved the blue version, and thought I'd try it out on my next art journal page, into this one. Okay, and also what I thought I'd do on this one is I'd go back. I don't know if you have followed my blog for a while, but last year, a couple of years ago, I used to do an awful lot of collages, and I haven't done any for ages, so I grabbed a bunch of paper, magazine cutouts, and here you go. You can see my kind of process. I'm thinking it through I have no plan. I'm thinking it through. Cut out the first head, didn't like it, saw this head, and so I'm cutting that out, sticking it on top, thinking, yeah, I can do something with that. And then I've got a picture of Bryan Cranston there. Liked his eyes, nice and wrinkly, so cut that out and stuck it on top. So now I've got this kind of hybrid person as a base collage to work with. So I've stuck my little figure down. Plenty of scope now to play with and doodle and draw on top. Okay, so I now need to let that dry. A good starting out point is to grab your paint marker or your black outline or whatever you'd like to use and start outlining your collage inside and out. So every little bit of my collage is now being lined. The outside with a slightly thicker pen than the lines I'm doing, for instance, to draw around the folded arms here, and the lips and the eyes are all done with slightly thinner pen. But the outside shapes of the head, the square around the eyes and the outside of the body were all done with a slightly thicker black pen. Okay, so that gives me a great start to play with. My white pen, as you know, if you've seen previous videos of mine, I favour the Molotov white. I do try with Posca and Signo and all the others, but I have to say the Molotov, whatever, however it's pronounced, pens are my favourite go-to for white. And here I am drawing and doodling around the hairline. No idea where I'm going with it. I'm just following the hairline, drawing lines and then filling in the lines and doodling around the fringe. And then I just keep on going, keep on doodling. So attack the eyes with some circles and some extra long lashes. And with the eyes themselves, I've painted those white and then added the blue irises back in, and of course the little highlight of white, even if it's a cartoon eye. And then I do like the kind of the drippy effect. I see it in a lot of illustrations recently and I love it, so I'm practicing. I think I need to get a little bit better, but I've taken a pen and I decided to add melty drips all over the face design. And well, it's the idea of these pages, isn't it? You experiment, you play, and you learn where you need to make improvements. I think I went a bit too fussy over the eyes. That's what I think I've learnt when I look back on this page. I think next time I'm not going to give as much detail around the eyes as I have done this time. And the spikes around the neck, I don't know, just pull it all together, make it a bit more freaky for me. I like that. Now this stamp set I'm using, I saw it used by Vicky P on her YouTube channel. If you go to my blog and look for this page, you'll see the link to that particular video. I think it's by Concord and Ninth is the stamp company, and the set is a sophisticated script stamp, and it looks like joined up writing. If you get the letters stamped correctly, you should make them look like a joined up script, and I think it looks brilliant. So that's how I did my quote, and once I stamped that, got my Posca pens out and started work on the border. Didn't know what I was going to do, just drew the pink line to start myself off, then drew the pink squares. Thought, yeah, do you know what? I think I'd like to fill the rest with black, so that's what I did. And then I thought, yeah, it doesn't look right still, it needs outlining. So I took a thinner black paint pen and outlined the border on the inside. Took a step back, had a look at it, thought, yep, still needs more, so took a white pen and a black pen and started adding dots in the middle. It always seems about looking at things and thinking, can I add to it? Does it need adding to it? Design is about taking away anything that's unnecessary. A different skill to art journaling, so where I just want to doodle and add things to it, but I want to keep it clean, so yeah, I battle with that. Anyway, I've drawn white clouds around the quote, I've taken a black pen and added raindrops, and I've taken a thinner black pen and I've added shadows on the left hand side. That's what you see me doing here in little squiggles, as I'm just adding a little bit of shadow to give those raindrops a bit of 3 dimensions. And we're almost coming to the end now. There's one little thing I planned to do but didn't do it till the end, was I thought, I've got my naked torso, I need to do something with it. I wanted to add some kind of doodle, and I thought, well, he's missing tattoos on his arms, I could do some kind of tribal tattoo, and that's what I've done. Anyway, hope you like this page and the techniques I've used in it, and I shall see you next time. Shortly, going to be some close-ups, and until next time, speak to you soon. Bye bye now.